Hi all and welcome to Parker's Reefs. On today's episode, prepare to have your mind absolutely blown as Thomas Cheer takes us through his heavily dominated Angel and Tang display. It's something that you really need to see in person, but I'm going to do my best to show it to you in this video. Alright, hi all, welcome to Parker's Reefs. Today we're here checking out Thomas Cheer and Thomas Cheer's incredible tank. He's a man known for a whole list of things, but three that come to mind. Firstly is his cooking. We've just been here for lunch and it was absolutely off the charts. Second of all, he's known for his acrylic work. If you've ever heard of the company Anything Acrylic, he comes up with some incredible accessories, including some of the prettiest frag racks I've ever seen. And thirdly, he's known for having this fish tank here, and we joke about calling it a fish tank because it's got to be the heaviest fish load I've ever seen in the tank, and all of these incredible exotic animals are living in peace and in harmony, and Thomas is going to share the tricks to how that works, how you make it happen.
Tricks. Where do you want me to start?
Tell us about the tank, man. What led you here? How did you end up with this incredible piece right in front of us?
Yeah, I've always had a freshwater tank, and there was a particular shop that I used to buy fish off, and they had a very nice saltwater display. And this led me to having a saltwater tank, and here I am 6 years later.
So this tank, how long has this tank been running for?
The tank's been running for 3.5 years now.
Okay. Yes.
And I had a smaller 6-foot one earlier, and then I upgraded to an 8 foot.
The burning question, the one that most people are going to want to know is the fish you have in here. You've got, I think you mentioned before, something like 19 angels and
19 tangs and 23 angels.
Crazy, man. Talk us through some of the fish and what's drawn you to them and how you're going about getting them in the tank.
Yeah, well, as you know, a saltwater tank is the fish. We got a variety of fish we can have, and the colors. Colors of the fish are amazing, and that's what drew me to having as much fish as I could in an 8 foot. It was quite a bit of work trying to get it all sorted, with in the beginning.
For sure.
But as you do, with a lot of passion, you do go through it and you work through the tough periods, and then you have the highs and the lows, and then once it's all stabilized,
the end result.
The end result, yeah.
Now, you break a lot of the so-called rules with this tank, and that you've got 2 Achilles in here. You've got powder blues and powder greys or white cheeks. You've got just a raw number of tanks you've got in there. All playing along well. Like you get a little bit of tussin, but they're all absolutely fat, healthy, happy-looking fish. What's your knowledge or advice on how you make that happen?
Well, there's no fun if you don't push the boundaries.
That's another saying. If you're not living on the edge.
Where's the excitement if you can't, you can't live on the edge? Well, it just comes down to proper planning.
Sure.
When I first started, I had several cases of itch, and I couldn't get rid of it, and so I sat down, I did a lot of research, and restarted the tank again and quarantined everything. So that was just it's not a secret. I quarantined my coral and I quarantined all my fish. The choice of quarantine for the fish is tank transfer method,
sure.
as I said earlier, and I believe it's one of the softest method of putting fish through a quarantine period where you don't treat them for copper. Except at the end of the day, if, it's like, getting a healthy person and saying, let's go have a dose of chemo.
Sure, yeah.
If he's not sick, you don't need to treat him for copper.
It's a chemical-free treatment.
It's a chemical-free treatment. It's short. It's 14 days.
Yes.
And you don't need to keep an extra tank running.
Sure.
Basic equipment, which is the heater and the air stove. And then in that 14 days, you also have the ability to treat them for any bacterial infection, any signs of fluke.
Sure.
And being in a bucket on its own, you're almost rest assured that the medication is not absorbed by any other thing in the tank except the fish.
It's just the fish in the
And
water.
this is the fish in the water.
Yeah.
And like you said, I've pushed the boundaries, and the only reason I'm able to push the boundaries is because it's an itch-free tank. I've had 6-7 degrees temperature change. I've had fish smash each other to find their position in the
it doesn't give it an aggression-free tank, but it gives the fish the health and well-being to be able to get through that aggression, find their place in the pecking order, and then thrive once they're settled in.
So it can be done. That is the point. Is you can have 2 IQs, you can have 3 colored blues. They are not each magnets, And there's a handful of reefers now who actually have experienced it and have done the same method and enjoying the ability to have any fish they want.
Now, there's one piece of the puzzle there that I think often gets overlooked, and that's that you quarantine your coral as well.
Yes.
So you tell me if I'm wrong, but there's no point in tank transferring your fish and getting them all itch-free, putting them in your tank, everything's good, and then you buy a piece of coral and you put it in your tank, and it could possibly bring in itch on it.
Yes. I have experienced it myself.
Sure.
And I also know a handful of reefers that have had a beautiful tank, nothing's going wrong, and they put 1, 2, 3 pieces of coral in, and boom, within a few days, my tank's got itch. And that's the only change that they've done to the tank in the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
So it is possible. There's a very, very slim chance, but it is still possible. So because I have that much of livestock, I'm not prepared to take that risk.
Yes.
So, and it's easy because I was once asked this question. He says, how can you buy a piece of coral and wait for 90 days to put it in?
Yes.
And yes, the first piece of coral you buy, and it's going to take 90 days, but if you bought coral every week, after you've done the 90 days for that first piece of coral, you'll find you'll be putting coral in every week after that.
Right, okay.
Because you've done the 90 days. So, and it's simple, I just take a picture of it, and then I just calculate 90 days from there, and then I mark it on my calendar. We all have an iPhone or Samsung, and then I look forward to it the week before. I'll bring it out.
It gives you the joy of getting new coral twice. You get to buy it, and then you get to put it in your tank.
Exactly.
But then it doesn't harm your fish that way too.
But then also, how sometimes you get stuff into the coral that you're not aware of. And there's a chance for you not to introduce it to you.
For sure, it's not just itch that it gives you an opportunity to look out for a flatbone or any of these other pests. That's really cool. Now, speaking of fish, do you want to talk us through some of your favourites? I mean, I recognise that's probably the silliest question I've said all weekend when you've got this many fish in the tank, but even if you could list it down to maybe your top 10 favourite or something like that.
Oh, dear. I do like all of them, that's why I have so much. Definitely top 10 would be Russell Hall.
Yes.
He's been here he's the longest resident. He's about 5 years old now.
And would it be fair to say he's the boss of the tank?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, they generally are.
Something that good looking has to be the boss of the tank.
And I got some incredible pictures of that dumpster hole that I'll put up on the video as well, where you can really see it.
My pair Achilles as well. Funny enough, I had the smaller one, and a good reefer friend of mine was shutting his tank down, and he made sure I bought his second one, so that's how I ended up with a pair. Thanks, Kev, for that. I personally like the Rock Beauty. I like the juvie colors, and as they mature, it actually goes black.
Sure.
The Venestus is another of my favorite. He's minds his own business, does his own thing. Beautiful color.
Beautiful color contrast.
Definitely the Queen. The Queen. With the stunning colors. Potter's Angel is on the list. And by far the multi-bar, one of the ones I've always wanted.
Your little multi-bar is a stunning little fish. I did get a good few pictures of it, so I'll be sure to put.
He's still not eating prepared food, but I've had him for about 9 months now. And he's he doesn't seem like he's missing out on anything.
No, he's eating lots of corals.
he's got the license to.
It's a good point. This despite having an incredible list, a dream list for a lot of people for a third of these fish, having all of these fish. It's not a fish only tank, you have a mixed reef in here happening as well, which when I look at the fish list, it makes me wonder how. One, for just the nutrients that the fish must have. We saw you feed the fish before, and I'll put some footage of that up. Also, the nutrients must be difficult to handle, but then also, as our multi-art angel showed there, that you've got some fish in here that are known to have a little bit of a peck at a coral now and then.
Yeah.
How are you finding keeping corals and things alive in there?
Well, naturally, with this month of stock, my phosphates and nitrates are high.
Sure.
And some coral tend to do okay, some don't.
Yes.
I cater for that issue by doing 30% water changes weekly.
Okay, sure.
And as you saw, I run 2 massive skimmers.
Yeah, right place in the fridge. We'll go into your equipment
later.
Yeah, there's an incredible lineup in that sum.
I've lost again. What was the question?
I just had, how do you
I feed them 5-6 times a day.
Yeah, right.
As you see.
Sort of keep them away from coral.
Yeah, keep them away from coral.
Sure.
That by feeding them that much as well helps curb the aggression.
Yeah.
Because aggression is usually for food.
Absolutely.
Or if they're mating.
Yes.
And I find if I keep them generally fed really well, and if I'm not here, the feeder goes 6 times a day.
Right.
If I'm here, it's probably me and the feeder. but that keeps them healthy and fat,
yes.
and also, I mean, they'll have the odd nip here and there.
Yeah.
But it's not as bad. I mean, as you can see, the only one that generally just picks on the coral is that multi-bar.
And probably the smallest fish in the tank.
And it's because he's not eating prepared food. I reckon if he was, he would be picky. So.
Sure. You mentioned that your nitrates and phosphates are what you consider high. Can you give the viewers an idea of what those values are?
Embarrassing high. like the test kits are not designed for
that's a good description. I mean, you've got SPS growing, you've got LPS growing, you've got an incredible gold torch over there. You've got this piece we're still arguing over whether it's pokey or a type of Monty. You've got some really nice corals in there growing quite well for a system that you would say has got high phosphates and nitrates and this many fish. So, I mean, it's obviously working well.
I'm happy. I guess it comes down to just the effort required. Making sure that you're religious. With making sure your skim is working efficiently. My water changes are done. Every 7 days exactly.
Yeah. It's got to stick to that routine.
Yeah. I'm dosing no pops as well,
Sure.
and a bit of lanthanum.
Sure. Yeah. Nitrates, phosphates.
For the nitrates and phosphates, but otherwise, as you know, just by looking at things, you can see things are unhappy or something may be wrong, and that's when you do some tests.
See where things are going.
Yeah.
Now, we touched a little bit on before about the equipment this tank's running. Can you run us through your lighting, your flow, your filtration?
Okay, I run 2 ATR hybrids.
Yes.
The LEDs in G5s. Down in my sub, I have an external Deltec 2560 skimmer, and that's fed directly from one of my overflows. So 80% of my water is actually skimmed the Deltec.
Yes.
And because I had a 5-foot sub, I was happy to put in another skimmer. So I've got a Reef Octopus Beckett skimmer in there. It's powered by a Fluval 12,000 liters an hour pump and an RE recirculation pump.
Yes.
I have a bluefin return pump, which is about 18,000 liters an hour.
Okay.
And
you run it at that speed?
And I run it full throttle.
Yeah, right. That's quick turnover.
Yeah. Well, partly because the overflow's been fed to that skimmer, so I'm getting decent flow through.
Sure.
I run a 120 watt UV.
Okay, yeah, right.
And a Tico chiller.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, I do run an ozone as well on one of my skims.
Yep, nice. Inflow pump?
Yes.
Tank flow? You've got
the MP60s on the two end there. MP40s. They've been the only ones I've used.
Sure.
From the start, and I really like them for a lot of reasons. Having the fact that the motor's outside the tank helps keep the heat up, especially during summer and here in Australia, in Brisbane.
In Brisbane,
and also everything's all fully monitored with an Apex.
Sure. And
having an Apex with a WXM module, I'm able to have full control of the MP40s and MP60s.
You've also done a neat little hack on these MP60s where you've put some gutter guard inside.
Yeah, the chipmans and enemy guard.
Yeah, it looks great. It actually looks really neat.
And
it's working well.
Yeah, but because I decided to put some names in and I just wanted to. So that what happens? Yeah, as insurance. What happens is at about 11 o'clock. All the 3 pumps go off and just that pump with the guard stays on.
Sure, yes.
Yeah, once it's further away, so.
Yeah, fair enough. Very nice.
But,
okay, well, is there anything else in your system you'd like to share with people at home? Anything you want them to learn from what you've gone through or think where you're looking to take this tank in the future, what your future plans are?
Yeah, I'm hoping to go 8x5.
Yeah, wow.
8x5 in the next year or so.
Yeah.
It's either going to be 8x5 or it's going to be a 12x3. So I'm going to be 12 on that side, 8 for this side.
Okay.
That's been discussed with the financial planner, the boss. But
when it's going to go in this location?
Yes, same location.
Wow.
What I have to say is, it's such a great hobby. And if I could give myself an advice, 3-4 years ago, first thing I would say is buy good gear. Buy good proper gear, spend the money.
Yeah.
Buy something that's overrated, because if you love the hobby, there's a very good chance you will upgrade.
Yes.
And you continuously upgrade. So by buying something that's the next level up, you're sort of covering yourself with that.
But it also makes it easier for them to upgrade.
Yeah.
Well, I've already got the pump, I've already got the light, I can do it.
Exactly. And making a plan. Like I've always wanted a lot of fish, and I sat down and had a look at all the fish that were available in Australia, all the fish I could get, and just made a plan on how you were gonna introduce them into the tanks. How they were going to react with each other. And there's a lot of good information out there on MAPA. There's a lot of good information on Google. Google's my best friend. Make a plan. Make a plan and say, well, this is how I'm going to do it. This is the fish I wanted. This is my fish list. And then you make a plan on how you're going to go through it. And then once you got all that done, then the next thing is to start to tank and make sure you quarantine everything. You do things by steps, and then you slowly build towards having a tank. I mean, nothing is built overnight. Nothing is built overnight. And you wanna take it slow. Patience is one thing you need to have in this hobby, because as you know, there's a lot of highs and a lot of lows.
Yeah, exactly.
And
people don't always talk about the lows. They share the highs and don't talk about the lows.
I'm not embarrassed to say I pulled this tank up about 5 times, and on the 5th time, the wife said, "I can't believe you're doing it again." And so I said to her, this time I'm going to do it properly, and if I get white spots again, I'm shutting down for good.
Yeah.
And that was 3 years ago. Yeah. And I did exactly what I did. I just made a plan. This is what I'm going to do. This is fish. This is the quarantine method I'm going to use.
Yes.
And all my coral is quarantined, and I've followed it for the last 3 years. I've never had any.
Do it once, do it right.
Yeah, you do it right. And the thing is, I'll probably like to stress is try and do a lot of your own research as well.
Yeah.
Because you get mixed information, especially when someone puts up in each post asking about each.
You get 100 posts with 100.
Just understand the cycle, what the cycle is, what the cycle does. Do a bit of reading, and it is possible. It is possible. And I mean, everyone who comes here, I know you did as well. You're looking for a fish with a spot.
Of course it is. I found one here.
And it's like
look, he's covered in spots. But they're meant to be there. That's okay.
But it can be done, and And you know, it's all a myth these days about it's always going to be the tank, but it's not.
Sound advice.
Yeah, that's what I'd expect. Just have everything all planned out, buy good gear, and you know, quarantine. That's
Don't cut corners.
Yeah,
Whether it be on equipment or on the process.
That's for me personally as well. I've been for like 10 skimmers.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Before I finally realized I should have just bought this skimmer in the first place, and now it saves all that money.
Yeah, true. Well, it's nothing short of inspirational. I'm really looking forward to getting this video up on YouTube because I know worldwide there's going to be a whole heap of people really excited to see this tank and all the fish you got in there. So I really appreciate you not only opening up your house and making it possible for me to come here, but cooking some incredible lunch and also doing everything you do to help support my frag stock series. You've got me up here in Queensland, so I really appreciate it.
I haven't got you back yet.
If I don't make it home, then please let my family know that I love them. But no, in all serious, Thomas, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome, Tang, and thank you. You know, you're an inspiration to all the new hobbies that are coming up. You know, they look up to you for for advice and information, and the most important thing is organizing all these things. You're getting everyone together. You know, everyone's putting. It's not just a Facebook face and name now. You know, they're actually putting a face and a name at the meet, and it's a good thing.
You're really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you.
All good?
Good job, man.
We're good.
Well done.
Okay, thank you all for watching. I hope you've made it this far. We're 21 and a half minutes into the video, but if you've enjoyed it as much as I have, it would have felt like about 2.5 minutes. If you've got any questions or anything at all for Thomas, post in the comments below. Otherwise, be sure to like the video and subscribe. We'll see you more soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.